Hey guys, this is Rurouni K95 here. It's time for my manga reading log. Yes, this is the first time I haven't thought of doing a video like this one, which I haven't thought of doing one before, which I should have done until now. At first I thought I was going to do like a manga update video, but it's not exactly, but instead I wanted to picking some manga books of what I read of something as most having to own something as to review, read, as well as doing now some of the story on the manga, as well as favorites as well, particularly of how, because as opposed to having favorites as well. So without any further ado, which is right here right now, let's dive into what we got for my manga reading log. Because the first one here I got 7 of those, and that is Inuyasha. I have all 7 of these, but I will get more of those eventually, though. I have reviewed only 7 of these on there when I've done videos like these as well. Particularly, come to think of it as well. Because I have been, I want to realize that, yeah, Inuyasha basically tells the story about Inuyasha is basically wanted to search on the Shikon Jewel Shard as well when he was until he got shot by an arrow which Kikyo used as well until Kikyo died as well until Inuyasha has been pinned by a tree from Kikyo's arrow as well. Until modern present, I think this happened in feudal era Japan. Until present day Japan, Kagome Higurashi, who is your average modern day schoolgirl in Japan, went through the well on here, where she went to the feudal era Japan as well. As come to the part as well, is that she basically notices that Inuyasha has been pinned by a tree to the tree by Kikyo's arrow for years as well, till he's been back alive as well. Come to think of it, as particularly how, because Inuyasha uses the Tetsaiga and the Iron Reaver Soul Stealer. Because Inuyasha didn't knew that if Kagome is the reincarnation of Kikyo as well. Miroku, as the other characters in it, including Miroku, Sango, and Shippo as well. Particularly as well. Which is all new to this as well. Although I have seen the Inuyasha TV series, to be honest with you, because I thought this is all new to me, particularly. Because I knew it's created by the manga artist Rumiko Takahashi back in 1996 with the first volume, which I think this was made after the final volume of Ranma 1/2, which I think this is all different from before, particularly as how this goes. Yeah. Come to think of it, because I have been reviewing 7 volumes of the manga, especially Inuyasha as well, which I think this is all new thus far, particularly as how you wanted to expect of how I have been reviewing this as well. Yeah, because can't get enough manga reviewing on those as well. Although I had to reread this as well because it's very new to me though as well. And the next one for all my what manga that I reread on the first volume before continuing on reading the second volume, and that is Berserk Volume 1. It's in my manga reading log as well. I mean, the story in Berserk is about the black swordsman named Guts, who is a warrior who is also spoken in any whispers as well, with his gigantic sword and iron hand and scars on it. Every countless battles and tortures of how the flesh is in debility marked with the brand as well, particularly as well. Yeah, this is basically like a how it's all new to me though. Although I have watched the Berserk Golden Age arc movies, the 1997 Berserk anime TV series, and the 2016 Berserk anime TV series on Crunchyroll as well, to be honest, though. I'm not sure if I can do a review on the first volume of Berserk, but one of these days I might at some point as well. Dude, spoilers on there as well. Just beware as well. So you've been warned. But don't worry, I will get more volumes of the Berserk manga at some point because I like these single volumes of them, because that could help you expand your manga collection as well, particularly. Yeah, I love this manga series as well. Can't get enough Guts the Black Swordsman, that's why. The next manga here I have that I just finally read on my manga reading log for the first time as well. Black Butler. This manga explains of how it tells about how there's a stone's throw from London, which between the manor of the house of the illustrious Phantom Hive earldom, with its master one CL Phantom Hive, Earl Phantom Hive, who is basically a giant in the world, of Ka Amir's Queen Victoria's faithful servant, with his loyal butler named Sebastian, who is at his side to carry out every young master's wishes. Whenever Sebastian is called to a dinner party, which has gone a worry, when there's dark secrets happening of London's underbelly as well. Yeah, because I have seen the Black Butler anime series, though, because I think this is all new to me, particularly. I'm wondering if I can do a manga review of this at one point, but one of these days I will reread it eventually at one point as well. But I think this is all new to me as well, particularly as well. And the next manga here I have is that I just got, that I'm still currently reading, and it's in my manga reading log on there, which I have a backlog of manga that I'm currently reading, and that is Saint Young Men as well. Yeah, I'm starting to read the first volume of this manga. This is basically the daily life of Jesus and Buddha together, like roommates in like apartment and all, with its own little slice of life ways as well. Which I think this is basically all new to me as well, because I think this is all introduced as well, because this is the first time I had to read this as well. I mean, if you just read those, if you haven't known about it, then you're definitely checking out. It's like, you're missing out, man. The next one here I have that I just currently read on I had to reread the manga on my manga reading log. Rurouni Kenshin Restoration. This is the first volume. I know this is basically how it is, like a retelling take on the event, which I think this sets around the events of the Rurouni Kenshin manga, like the original manga source material, though, particularly. Because even though I have rewatched Rurouni Kenshin TV series multiple times as well, but I think this is all new for me as well, particularly. But not only have the retelling chapters of how it takes place on the Rurouni Kenshin Restoration on there, but there's also a new chapter on here, which is included basically, which is how it's more different from the other as well. Yeah, because this is basically new to me though as well. And the next manga that I just started reading which I got on my manga reading log on here as well. And this is the first volume of Shaman King. It's just in my manga reading log. I mean, this manga tells a story about how there's most people, ghosts are the stuff on horror stories and nightmares, and particular. When Yo Asakura, who is a transfer student attending Shinra Private Junior High, they're his friends, basically, because he was the shaman one gifted who can speak to the spirits, where he was channeling ghosts into his body, like the long-dead samurai Amidamaru, when he could allow them to possess him, when he basically like used their powers, particularly. Although I haven't seen the Shaman King anime TV series yet, but I think this is new to me though, particularly. I really loved it. I mean, the anime TV series though, you have to be in the mood for basically, but you have to be the manga you can throw in any time if you want, if you like, if you haven't seen the series yet as well, particularly of how you want to notice as well. But this is new to me though as well. And the manga that I just basically reread on here, because I have 9 volumes of them basically, and that is the one I have here on my manga I just read basically, which I think I have read those as well, but I'm just going to say it anyway because I have these manga books that I just reread as well, which I got on my manga reading log, and which I'm going to say it anyway. Fate Stay Night, because I have 9 volumes of those as well. Because the Fate Stay Night, however, this basically tells the story of how a high school student and an amateur mechanic named Shiro Emiya, who is adopted by a Magus man when he wanted nothing more to follow in his stepfather's footsteps, when he wanted to become a hero of justice, when he knows that war is waging among some chosen Magi, when he is about to become a what was it? Focal point as well. Yeah, this is basically the manga adaptation though. But I haven't seen. Yeah, I have read 9 volumes of these ones particularly as well. But I haven't seen the Fate Stay Night TV series yet, but I think this is introduced to me though particularly as well. Yeah, because I thought this is all brand new to me though as well, particularly of how I have been realizing of how you wanted to expect, of how I want to know as well. Yeah, because these were put out by Tokyo Pop as well, particularly because I have read every volumes like these ones here as well. Yeah, sorry about the manga books, almost fell. Yeah, because this is all new for me as well, because this has got me in the mood. I mean, unless you want to watch the anime series. Well, the anime you can throw in anytime, but if you want to plan a watch for it, to throw in some binge watching and. But the manga you can read anytime at this point, though. Yeah, because can't go wrong with these as well, particularly as well. In case you're wondering as well. But I haven't reviewed any of the volumes of Fate Stay Night yet, to be honest, though. Yeah, but I think this is all introduced as something new as well. Which I understand why, basically. Yeah, because let you all know, in case you're wondering as well, because I had to reread the manga as well, because I had to do this in my manga reading log as well. Because this has gotten to a point, though, is that if I agree on that point as well, too. As from what I understand why, though, as well, because you can't go wrong with this as well. Yes, I have read this as well. Because, I mean, if you like some action fantasy type of manga, if you ever want to get your little mind down there, Fate Stay Night is one of them as well. Yeah. Unless you want to. This manga helps to have seen the anime. I mean, if you just like. read those if you want to before you watch the anime. That'll help you be in the mood for, particularly as how I understand basically of how it's all introduced as well as come to think of it as well. Yeah, because I had to read all of these as well. And isn't more for to do this as well, particularly as how I understand basically as well. Yeah, because I had to do this particularly as how you wanted to know for how I wanted to showcasing those as well. Because, yeah, I had to read those as well. Because it's been a while since I read those when I was back in 20... I think I read this once, but now I had to read it twice as a reread as well. Whenever you're going to do like a manga reading log as well. In case you're wondering how the hell I read it the second time though, well, because that gets you going to get you a little motivated for your manga reading log as well. Particularly of how I got to the thing as well. Yeah, because this has gone to that is particularly... Yeah, these ones were put out by Tokyo Pop as well. In case you're wondering as well. Because I'm showcasing these pages as well. And the next manga that I just read, that I just barely started, and I haven't read one until now, basically, but which I haven't mentioned one, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. And this is the manga that I read, and that is Vampire Princess Miyu. This is like your typical horror manga, classic horror manga though, as well. The manga like this also has helped to have seen the OVA as well. Although I have seen the Vampire Princess Miyu OVA on here, but this is all new for me basically as well. Yeah, in case you're wondering basically as well. Yeah, never got an English translation here in the West as well, because it's only in Japanese as well. And the next manga that I just read that I just started reading basically on my manga reading log as well, which I haven't forgot to read one, but this is the first time I wanted to do this one. Ever since I finished reading Inuyasha and Rama 1/2, but this is the first time I'm reading this other, and although I'm still currently reading Meizan Koku as well on my, but one of these days I'll reread it on my backlog as well. But this manga that I haven't read until now, and this is Urusei Yatsura Volume 1. This is the first volume of the manga. Yeah. If you don't know what Urusei Yatsura is, I mean, this is basically one of Rumiko Takahashi's earliest works back in the 80s as well, particularly of how you want to expect of how this... Although, the story in Urusei Yatsura, it tells about a lecherous high school high school loser named Ataru Moroboshi, basically, who's always the unluckiest person in his life, basically. When he always goes girl hunting as well. But then it was appeared until the arrival of the alien princess named Lum as well. Which always wanted Moroboshi to be in the game a tag as well. Especially when he wants to grab onto her horns. Which I think, basically, if he realized if Ataru wanted to be in love with his childhood girlfriend named Shinobu as well. But apparently, though, Lum ends up falling in love with Ataru, which she calls Ataru as her darling. That's why, particularly. Because, I mean, there's wonderful sense of humor, very romantic. There's some moments in this as well. Because, come to think of it, basically how... Yeah. From what I understand why as well. Because this is the first time I had to read the manga as well. Well, true is, though. Yeah, this is a lot more fun to read this one as well. As opposed to watching the anime as well. Well, the manga on here, this is a lot more different before They adapted this into a 195 episode anime TV series on here, particularly, which I haven't known about this until now as well. Yeah. Apparently, though, because I haven't been thought, is that, yeah, because, yeah, you take notice of this as well. This chapter basically is a lot different. Most of these chapters were basically came from is the original manga, particularly, as how you want to expect as well. Yeah. Especially if you want to be in the mood for as how. And I haven't done a manga review on Sayatsura as of yet, especially the first volume that I haven't reviewed yet, but I think this is all new as well, and I've been introduced as well. And I just started reading the manga as well. Yeah, that's why. That's why I read the manga as well. Yeah, because this is all new for me, though, particularly as well. Yeah, because I mean, this is how the manga was like this before this was adapted into the anime TV series, especially Sayatsura as well. Yeah, because Sayatsura started as an anime TV series on October 14th, 1981, which I think this was in the same year as D'Artagnan and the Three Muskehounds, Ulysses 31, Dr. Slump, Hello Spank, and Miss Machiko as well. Which I understand why, basically, as well. That's how it was until Yatsura only lasted like 195 episodes in 1986. Which I think. And then Yatsura, however, has spawned into a series of OVAs, like especially 12 episode, like the original OVAs between the 80s and the 90s, as well as the 2008 anime OVA Obstacle Swim Course Meet, as well as the series of the Yatsura movies, like the first two Yatsura movies, like Yatsura Only You and Yatsura Beautiful Dreamer, were the only two movies directed by Mamoru Oshii as well. Although Mamoru Oshii directed half of the Yatsura series in its continent until Kazuo Yamazaki worked on the second half of the Yatsura series as well, particularly as how this has a lot to do. And also, not only that, there is also the new Yatsura anime TV series coming out this year, particularly, in case you're wondering, which is very true, as a matter of fact. Well, the anime series you have to be in the mood for, but the manga you can read at any time, basically, as well. I mean, the manga is a lot very faithful as well. Well, watching the TV series is different as opposed to reading the manga. At least the manga, in my opinion, is more faithful whenever you want to pick a manga to read on something as well. Which I highly recommend it in your manga recommendations as well. If you ever love any of the classics from Rumiko Takahashi as well, particularly, in case you're wondering as well. Well, you get the picture, though, as well. Yeah. Whenever this wanted to know about this as well. Yep. So, this is the first time I wanted to do this as well, because I have been wanting to expect this as well. Well, you get the picture, though. Ironically, though, that this is the first time I had to read the first volume of the Yatsura manga as well, because although, basically, I had to read this in Japanese, though, but I can understand what's going on in the story. If I want to do a manga review on the first volume of Yatsura, someday I will, at one point. Even though I've already reviewed a couple volumes of the Rama 1/2 manga, but I'm still currently reviewing Although I have reviewed a couple volumes of the Rama 1/2 manga, as well as I have been reviewing only 7 volumes of the Inuyasha manga, but I haven't reviewed the Sayatsura manga yet. But someday I will, eventually at one point as well, in case you're wondering why. Well, you get the picture though as well. So that's going to be it for my manga reading log here for today, you guys. Thank you for watching, but before we go, here's what I'm going to say for this video. When I first thought I was going to do like a manga haul or a manga update video, but apparently this is actually I had to pick something from my manga collection so I can reread as some favorites and something new that you haven't read that you pick from your manga collection, especially the ones you bought as well, particularly as well. Whenever you come to do like a manga reading log video as well, which is something I haven't thought of done one before until now. As a manga reader myself, I haven't done a manga reading log until now. Well, this is the first time I wanted to do it. That's the thing. Which is more different than watching anime as well. Well, most of my reading, viewing is mostly manga, because I do have a lot of manga, because I will be doing some more manga reading logs at one point as well. Hope subscribe for content. My anime plan link in the description down below. You can share this video on your Twitter, Facebook, if you have a Twitter, Facebook account, and all social media. Smack the like button if you enjoy this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below in this video if you like as well. Be sure to check out my anime planet. And if you want to check out my anime planet, the link will be in the description down below, because I have a huge backlog of anime and manga, because I have it in my Anime Planet account as well. Because I love Anime Planet, because Anime Planet's awesome as well, because I have been watching so much anime, and I have been reading so much manga, especially the ones that I own, as well as reading something at the library as well. But I usually prefer to own them as favorites, something I wanted to own in your manga collection, as opposed to doing like a manga review as well, particularly as what I understand why as well. And also, be sure to smack the like button if you enjoy this video, if you like the video as well. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, RuRoniK95. Feel free to join my channel, especially if you're new to my channel as a newcomer, by clicking on the subscribe button. Smack the notifications bell button. Be sure to get notified also as well for more latest updates on here on my channel. And keep it otaku for this manga reading log, because this is actually the first time I wanted to do a manga reading log. Although I have been collecting manga, and this is the first time I'm going to be doing a manga reading log for the first time as well. That's why. That's why I had to pick some manga that I like, as opposed to having to own something in manga collection, something to review, and favorites as well. Because I love manga, that's why. That is why I have to do a manga reading log video for the first time as well. This is RuRoniK95 saying thank you for watching my video. I'm glad you liked it. I hope you enjoy it. Hope to see you soon for the next video. Hope you have a great day. And this is RuRoniK95 signing off, and thank you for watching my video. And I will see you soon for more videos.